Oh, hello there! Do you have time to hear about the complexity of the feelings between anime boys and the ambiguity of their socio-affective relationships? Have you ever seen a show where the romantic tension is so noticeable that you can't help but wonder why are they not a couple, or why viewers or even the creator does not confirm it or even approve it? Well, you're in luck, because today we'll analyze those special cases. Quick note, this video will not cover all ships because let's be real, just because you like a ship doesn't mean it enters this specific category. A lot of ships don't even make sense, to be honest. Okay, sorry, let's start. I'm going to get this out of the way. Killua is obviously in love with Gon. There's multiple evidence that shows that, like the iconic "You Are Light" scene. The first reason this relationship is in this video is because Killua will do anything, and I mean anything, to make Gon happy, but will always deny his affection for him or simply blush. The second reason is pretty dumb, but it's because I didn't like the way Watch Mojo interpreted their relationship by saying that they will do anything for each other. Did we see the same show? Killua didn't have a goal to begin with and blindly followed Gon. And how does Gon return the favor? By putting him in danger several times just because he wanted. I know there are people who think that they have a crush on each other, but that couldn't be further from the truth. It's obvious that Killua has feelings for Gon, but I don't think Gon reciprocates his feelings. He's kinda dumb, I doubt he even knows. The third reason is because for some reason there's still people who think that Killua is just a really good friend. Disapprove that belief, return to point number 1. The relationship between these two characters is a roller coaster of emotions, mainly because the concept of Danganronpa is already very extreme. If I had to define the relationship with a fanfiction trope, it will be nerdy girl ex bad boy. I don't know if that's a way to say it in English. And you cannot tell me the relationship was strictly friendly. Yeah, it's true, they weren't a couple, but that's because there wasn't enough time. Look, they fought every day. They couldn't stand each other, and what do to decide once and for all who was better? A sauna competition. And when they came out of the sauna, they were miraculously best friends, going everywhere together, laughing together, and hugging each other. Spoiler! And when Mondo was found guilty, Ishimura was in total negation and sobbing for a person with whom he had been friends for one day. And oh, do you remember that weird phase where Ishimaru became a fusion of him and Mondo? And that's the key. They didn't love each other as bros or friends, but as love interests. Also, they totally said to each other, "I love you," but quickly corrected themselves by saying that it's a way to say they respect the other as men because A, Mondo doesn't want to look as a weak person, and B, Ishimaru is probably from a conservative background. I think it was pretty obvious this was going to be here, and the thing is, I can't believe I'm still not over this show after 2 years. And here's the case. The relationship between Keith and Laz was a slow burn romance with a tablespoon of personal growth to add flavor. The dynamic of these two dummy heads was fun and endearing. If I had to use a trope to describe it, I would use enemies to lovers, but it doesn't add up because Keith didn't even know lines existed. They disliked each other, but through dangerous missions and hardships, they grew together as persons and learned to appreciate the other. My god, they had a bonding moment. Keith cradled him in his arms. Clearly, the problem was the queerbaiting and making characters do weird things in the last episodes, because we, as an audience, were all on board for them to be together. The manly couple. Kirishima's the only person Bakugo treats as a human being, and even went out of his way to save him once. And talking about Kirishima, he is simply a wholesome character that inspires Bakugo not to be so shitty. They study and work out together, and I wouldn't be surprised if they rented an apartment together after graduating and having a cute domestic life to save money. And also, Kirishima has totally said I love you at some point, and Bakugo just made a grumpy flash face while mumbling rude things. Personally, I dislike Bakugo. He is annoying, and every time he talks, I want to smack his head. But if Kirishima is happy, I am happy too. Oh boy, this is a mess. And when I'm talking about a mess, I'm talking about Komaeda. The relationship between Hajime and Komaeda is complicated. When Hajime first arrived at the island, Komaeda presented himself and gave him a tour, becoming his first friend. Then things happened, and the bond between them corrupted when the true nature of Komaeda came to light. But even though Hajime mistrusted him, Komaeda was still somewhat obsessed with the idealization of Hajime. The first argument people used to say that Komaeda didn't have feelings for the protagonist is that he likes him just because he represented hope. But here's the thing, throughout the story, Nagito wasn't so interested in other characters, even though they truly were talented students. And Hajime clearly told him from the beginning that he didn't remember his talent. Komaeda was obsessed with the concept of hope, but that doesn't mean he couldn't have a crush on someone who represented that hope. He treated Hajime differently and even had an iconic I love you scene, sort of. The relationship they had was bizarre, and I don't think Hajime corresponded to Komaeda's feelings. Every time these two are on screen together, there's always this weird tension where it seems something is going to happen, but it doesn't. Even the background of these characters is kind of weird. The whole story of Rie is about how Rin Matsuoka hasn't got over the time Haru won in a swimming competition when they were like 10 years old. Do I need to explain more? I sincerely think that Rin has a crush on Haru, but to be honest, I don't know if he returns those feelings, because to be fair, no one knows what's going on in his head. Before ending this, I would like to clarify that I didn't put Makoto in this video because he probably says I love you without shame, and yet again, Haru has a brain of the size of a pea.
Till it's time to leave, and picking at grout as I softly grieve. I'm just Michael, who you don't know, Michael flying solo, Michael in the bathroom by himself.
I know this is not anime related, but I do think if we're going to analyze these kind of characters, it's a must to talk about Michael from Be More Chill. You don't need to have a big brain or a doctor's degree, you can have a brain this size and notice it. You just need to hear the songs where Michael appears. He is a sweet and unconditional character who just wanted to get stoned in its basement. He deserved so much better. Also check the musical, it's pretty cool. So that's it for the video. Thank you very much for watching, and if you think I missed a character, you can put it down below in the comments. So yeah, thank you. Bye.
Snuggling with you under the covers, no homo.
Spooning with you just like we're lovers, no homo.
Our lips touch for a minute or two, but no homo.
Yeah, it's okay with me if it's okay with you.
It totally is no homo. But let's find an apartment together. No homo. Let's save money by sharing a bed. Looking into your eyes made me realize that I love you more than you could ever know. My bro. No homo.